Galtymore is a 917 metre high mountain in the Galtee mountain range in the province of Munster in Ireland. It is the highest peak in Ireland's highest inland mountain range and Ireland's 6th highest peak overall. I estimate it will take me a little more than 3 hours to reach the summit, the weather conditions being ideal with no rainfall for the past few days. The walk starts off through a forestry with the pleasant sound of a nearby river to keep you company. The route I'll take to get to the summit of Galtymore is to walk as far as Lake Musk, which has a good pathway leading to it. Lake Musk covers over 20 acres and is the largest of the 5 corrie lakes in this mountain range. It is managed by Tipperary County Council as a water reservoir, pumping 2 million gallons of water per day to households in the surrounding towns and villages. At times the path can be steep, and you will also find that you will be walking downhill several times. Looking at the Galtees from this distance, the slopes look almost vertical, but I'm sure as I get closer there will be several easy scrambles upwards. I'm now at Lake Musk, which is at an elevation of 495 metres. It's after taking me a little over 1 hour to get here, and I calculate it'll take me approximately 2.5 hours to get from here to the summit of Galtymore. I'm going to take this opportunity to fill up my water bottle here. I actually had my water bottle filled with Coke up until this, and I ended up drinking it really fast. So I'm going to be a good boy from here on in and only drink water. This water supplies the local community with fresh drinking water. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. From there I will follow smaller tracks leading me up very steep slopes, and then from there it is a long walk to Galtymore, all along the top of the Galtee mountain range. Up until now I had a clear pathway to follow, which ended at Lake Musk. Now all I seem to be doing is following a path where a quad bike has gone. There's just a dirt track in the hope that this will lead me towards the summit. For me, Lake Musk, with these cliffs surrounding it, is one of the best mountain views I've come across in Ireland so far. Standing this close to the steep slopes, I can see a few routes that might not be too difficult. I have no track to follow now, so I'll have to make my own route. I'm going to attempt to climb up the gullies. There seems to be plenty of rock to grip to there, and almost no water is flowing. I would consider this the most dangerous part of the climb. There is a lot of erosion on the sides of the gully and the grass breaks away in clumps. Once I reached the top of the gully, I turned to the west and headed in the direction of Galtymore. From here, Galtymore is not visible, so you may need to use your compass to be sure you're going in the right direction. I was surprised at how wet and boggy the ground was this high up. Several times I had to backtrack as the terrain was unpassable. I was even more surprised to see just how far away Galtymore was. It is the high peak in the distance. At this point I realised it is going to take me a lot longer to reach the summit than I first thought. As I get closer to the summit, the light breeze has turned into a strong gusting wind, almost pushing me off my feet at times. Although the summit is marked with this metal cross, the actual highest point of the mountain is marked with this pile of rocks just several metres away from the cross. The slopes of Galtymore are steep, but the summit is broad, rounded and rocky. This is due to the constant freeze-thaw action experienced by the summit during the last ice age. The summit of Galtymore itself lies on the border of counties Limerick and Tipperary. The northern face of Galtymore is impressive, with Loch Deheen below.